Hi viewers, welcome back to our channel Make Math Easy. So in the last class we discussed about what are the different methods that we have to solve the quadratic equation, that means to find the factors for that and the roots of that quadratic equation. And also in the last class we discussed the factorization method to get the roots of a quadratic equation. Now in today's class we are going to discuss about one important method to find the roots of a quadratic equation, that is nothing but method of completing the square. So this is a very important method that we are going to use it in our class 12 also, though it is not having a direct application in our class 12, but in few topics we have to solve that quadratic equations given using the method of completing square only. So please pay attention. Let us first see what are the steps that we have to follow to solve using method of completing square. So the step 1 is make the coefficient of x square as 1. So you have to make the coefficient of x square as a 1. If it is given as a 1, no problem. If it is other than 1, please try to make it as a 1. Step 2, after doing this, you have to take half of x coefficient. So obviously once if it is not 1 means there will be a change in the x coefficient. So you have to take the half of x coefficient. And the important point that I want to tell you, when you are taking the half of x coefficient, please consider the sign also. That is also important thing. We cannot ignore sign of the coefficients, because whenever we are saying the coefficients, sign also has to be included in it. And the step 3, which is an important one, you have to add and subtract the square of half of x coefficient. Just observe here, what is the reason for us to both add and subtract? So if you are adding the same number and subtracting the same number, obviously both will get cancelled and you will get resultant as a 0. Hence the coefficient will remain unchanged. For that sake we are doing it. After this, the last important step is use the corresponding algebraic identity to get the required answer. To get the roots of a quadratic equation. So here what I mean by using the corresponding algebraic identity means, see, depends on the given equation and the sign of the middle term, you have to use the algebraic identity. For example, in the given quadratic equation, if the middle term is having a plus sign, that means you have to go for a plus b whole square formulation. In the middle term, if the sign is negative, which means you have to make use of a minus b whole square identity. Okay, let us see now how we are going to use this step by step procedure in finding the roots of a quadratic equation. See, for example, if I have a question like this, x square minus 10x plus 25 is equals to 0. First step, make x square quotient as a 1. Here they had given x square quotient itself as a 1, so you no need to worry about that. Then half of x coefficient. I told you, whenever you are taking x coefficient, consider the sign also. Here the x coefficient is minus 10, half of x coefficient is minus 5. So next step, add the square and subtract the square of half of x coefficient. So I am going to add and subtract this minus 5 whole square, and we know that square of a negative number or a positive number will be the same only. So for my convenience sake, I am writing like this, right? So as I am adding and subtracting the same term, these two will get cancelled anyway. You will be again remaining with the same equation. And try to add this part, that means try to use this step 3 in between the middle term and the constant, so that your calculation part will become simple. Now observe here, these three terms, the first three terms, as I told you, based on the coefficient of x, you have to use the algebraic identity. If the x coefficient is negative, you have to go for a minus b whole square, that is nothing but x minus 5 whole square. Why? Because I will just tell you elaborately here, x square minus, this can be written as 2 into x into 5 plus 5 square minus 25 plus 25 is equals to 0. So you can observe here a square minus 2ab plus b square. That's why these three terms together will give you x minus 5 whole square. These two will get cancelled and you will get 0. That means x minus 5 into x minus 5 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 5 comma 5. So this is how you have to apply the method of completing square to get the roots of a quadratic equation. So the most important point that you have to observe here is, when you are taking the half of x coefficient, that adding and subtracting the square of half of x coefficient has to be done between the middle term and the constant, so that it will be helpful for you to make use of algebraic identities effectively. And last important point is, when it comes to using the algebraic identities, depends on the sign that they had given in the middle term. That itself will tell you the information which identity we have to use. Right? Now, let me try to take you through another question where you don't have the x square quotient as a 1 and you have to make the x square quotient as a 1. Okay? Let us see now. See, for example, if I give you equation like this, 9x square plus 24x plus 16 is equals to 0. Observe here, the x square coefficient is 9. So our first step is, we have to make x square quotient as 1. So take 9 as a common, x square, 24 by 9, 16 by 9 is equal to 0. Send this 9 to the other side, then you will be getting x square, 24 by 9x, 16 by 9 is equal to 0. Now you have to take half of x coefficient. X coefficient is 24 by 9. Half of x coefficient means into half you have to do, that is nothing but 12 by 9. So second step is done. Now the third step, you have to add the half of x coefficient square and subtract the same term, which has to be done between the middle term and the constant. This is the middle term, this is the constant. Now these three terms, for these three terms we have to use one algebraic identity. Which algebraic identity? This coefficients, middle term coefficient sign will give you that information. As this is plus here, it should be a plus b whole square. So x plus 12 by 9 whole square. Here I want to stress one point here. Generally students will do commonly mistake at this level only. Usually they will ignore this minus. So to avoid that confusion, what I will explain you is, try to take these terms to other side. When you try to take these terms to other side, this minus if you send to the other side, you will be getting plus. This plus will become minus. Right? Please try to follow this method, because if you forget about this minus, and for sure everything remains will go wrong. So better, whatever after using the algebraic identity, remaining constant terms try to take to the other side, so that you won't get wrong in the calculation part. So let us simplify it further. X plus 12 by 9 whole square is equal to 81 is LCM. This is 144 minus 16 into 9. This is also 0. So what happens now? X plus 12 by 9 whole square is equal to 0, which means x plus 12 by 9 into x plus 12 by 9 is equal to 0. That means you will get the roots as x is equal to minus 12 by 9 minus 12 by 9. Now you may get a doubt here. why we are writing it as a x plus 12 by 9 into x plus 12 by 9 instead of taking the square to the other side. That means you can just observe here, why can't we, you may get a doubt like this, why can't we send the square root to the other side and x plus 12 by 9 is equal to root 0, so x is equal to minus 12 by 9. Why can't we write like this? This is a wrong method. Why? Because simple logic. This is a quadratic equation. Highest degree, highest power is 2, which indicates you have to get the two solutions. If you straight away write like this, what will happen? You are skipping one root. That's why your answer will be wrong. So whenever you are getting right side term as a 0 after doing method of completing square, try to write like this so that you will be getting the two roots like this. Okay. So if you want, you can further write this as a minus 4 by 3 comma minus 4 by 3. Okay. Hope this method is clear. Now let me just give you one more example. Please take down this. 3x square minus 8x minus 3 is equal to 0. So try to get the idea first, how to start and what has to be taken common. 3x square minus 8x minus 3 is equal to 0. So again it's a method of completing square. You have to make the coefficient of x as 1. You can see here the coefficient of x is not 1, it is 3. So take the 3 as a common. X square 8 by 3x minus 3 by 3 is equals to 0. So x square minus 8 by 3x minus 1 is equals to 0. Because I am sending 3 to other side, 0 by 3 will become 0. Now try to observe what is the x coefficient here. X coefficient here is, it is minus 8 by 3, not 8 by 3 alone. As I told you, you have to take care of symbol also. So take half of this x coefficient, that will give you minus 4 by 3. So x square minus 8 by 3x plus I will add 4 by 3 square, I will subtract 4 by 3 square, minus 1 is equal to 0. Again the same point, whether you are adding minus 4 by 3 square or 4 by 3 square, both are same only. Just to avoid the confusion, I am adding positive square number so that it will be easy for me to get into the concept. So again observe here, the first three terms will help me to make use of identity x minus 4 by 3 whole square. Because for the simple reason this is a minus, so I have to go for a minus b whole square. As I suggested you, take these terms to other side, it will help you to get the correct answer. So minus terms if you take to other side, it will become plus, so 16 by 9 plus 1. So x minus 4 by 3 whole square is equal to 9 and then 16 plus 9. So x minus 4 by 3 whole square is equal to, I am getting 25 by 9. So x minus 4 by 3 if I take, square to the other side means it will become square root and 25 by 9 you will be getting. Now let us try to simplify this part. X minus 4 by 3 is equal to square root, if you remove you will get a plus or minus 5 by 3. So first case x minus 4 by 3 is equal to 5 by 3. Second case x minus 4 by 3 is equal to minus 5 by 3. Simplified, x is equal to 9 by 3, x is equal to 3. Simplify this further, x is equal to minus 5 by 3 plus 4 by 3, so x is equal to minus 1 by 3. So this is how you have to get the roots of an quadratic equation, just by using the method of completing square, right? So if you want, you can cross check your answers, that is the roots, whether it is satisfied by the equation or not, right? Hopefully this method is clear for you. Let us do one more last question based on this method so that you will get clarity also. One more last question. write down this 2x square minus 8x minus 16 is equals to 0. Sorry, 2x square plus 4x. 2x square plus 4x minus 16. So as usually according to our procedure, make the coefficient of x square as a 1. That is the first point. So take 2 as a common, x square plus 2x minus 8, 0. X square plus 2x minus 8, 0. Now take half of x coefficient. X coefficient is 2, half of it means by 2 it will give you 1. So I have to add the square of 1 and subtract the square of 1 to get like this. So this first 3 terms, it will help me to write the identity x plus 1 whole square, because for the simple reason I am having plus here. Send these terms to other side, I will get 1 plus 8, 9. So x plus 1 is equal to root 9, x plus 1 is equal to plus or minus 3. So first case x plus 1 is equal to 3, second case x plus 1 is equal to minus 3. X is equal to 2, x is equal to minus 4. Okay, so this is how you have to use the method of completing square method. So I am telling you again, please try to learn this method effectively, because in the class 12 we are having the few concepts like integration and even relations and functions, where we are using method of completing square directly there. Okay, so try to get perfection in this method and don't forget it, it will be very useful in class 12, right? Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.